Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How is everyone? Michael Khan, first in the chat as always. Thank you, Michael, one of my great patrons. Show you where I am today. Out on some rocks. Hopefully we can see a sunrise today, maybe. Maybe not. Got two of my sons here today with me down the rock pools looking for some blue ring octopus or anything else they might find. Got a nice backdrop here. Hopefully the waves don't cause too much audio chaos. How's the audio coming through, guys? Alright, just setting up here, setting up the tripod, setting up the camera, and we'll get this thing underway. Today we're going to be talking about things disappearing bottom up. James Mason, how are you? Mark, yep, greetings from the UK. PJCnet, thanks for being here. First time you've caught me live. You won't be disappointed. It's going to be a great show today. Try and level out this camera a little bit. How's the audio coming through, guys? Is the waves over too overbearing? Bogan says he's greetings from 65 degrees north. Vitamin Z, hey, what's up? Sounds good. Hopefully the waves aren't too bad. Too much audio chaos. Alright, so we've got another lighthouse in front of us too. That's only just over there. It's a couple 100 meters. Hopefully we might see a sunrise this morning. But the main observation will be out to the horizon. Yeah, Mark. Mark says he's listening to yesterday's Globebuster show, which I was on. I'm going to be on every Wednesday on Globebuster channel. That was great fun with Bob and Zach and two Johns. There's some other people on there. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining me here. Thank you, everyone, for joining me on Globebusters. Getting great support from everyone. PCJNet says he envies me being so close to sea. Yeah, I don't think I could live far from the sea. We are just always here. What's up? It's raining. Well, lucky we brought our umbrellas. Aisling, how are you? Thanks for being here. One of my boys just came to tell us that it's kind of sprinkling. Just trying to level the camera out here. Australia is awesome. Yeah, Australia is pretty cool. Natural Australia is cool. Government, not so much. But that's definitely not what today's episode is going to be about. It's going to be all about things disappearing bottom up, all about the horizon, all about what we can see. Bogan says, hey, Cammy. Is Cammy in the chat? Sorry, I didn't see you, Cammy, if you're there. Hey, how you doing? Ever see the sun go under the horizon? By under, do you mean disappearing? Yeah, early morning, about to be sunrise. Oh, Aisling. Cammy. Hey, Bob. Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining me. Might have to put my umbrella up in a second. Hopefully it doesn't rain on us. I think it's starting to. Was hoping to get my P1000 out today and do some observations, but I have to wait for the rain to subside. Definitely have to get the P1000 undercover. Hey, reshaping our world. Bogan says, wouldn't miss this. It's good fun here. 20 watching in the chat. Thank you for being here. These are all awesome. Appreciate the support. And I think I've got super chats enabled now, if anyone wants to test that out. Thank you yesterday for the super chats. I know they're working. If you like my work, if you feel like I deserve a bit of support, please join me on Patron. Mark, I don't have any debates coming up, but if any Globers do want to debate me, I now have my own platform. I have my own streaming software, which is just free software. Anyone can get it. But if people want to debate me, they can sign up to my Patreon. And I've got the option there. You have to just select your tier. You get one-on-one time with me. And that's targeted at the Globers who want to debate me. Do I have any old debates? On my channel, I think I have Michael Khan, £2 working. Michael Khan sends me money to tell me the super chat's working. Thanks, Michael. You're awesome. So yeah, I've got on Fight the Flat Earth channel, I think both my debates were there with Mr. Sensible. That was well over a year ago now. But on my channel as well, I put my debate with Fight the Flat Earth, Craig. It was, I just let him run his mouth. I knew he was just going to talk. I knew he was just going to run his mouth. You know, like that's just what he does. He just has to keep talking. So I didn't mind. I just poked and prodded where I needed to, asked some good questions, got some great sound bites out of it. One of the sound bites was, hold your hand down in front of you. Is that your hand you're seeing? He says to me, Craig says to me. I say, yeah, correct. He says, no, that's not your real hand. You're not actually seeing your hand, it's refracted. That's what the anti-flat earthers have to tell us. Not the globe believers. Globe believers won't tell us that. Globe believers are just normies like we were. Like everyone here was. I'm pretty sure no one was born knowing or told that the earth was flat. That's kind of here right now. In this chat anyway. There's definitely people that were taught. But the Western world narrative is that we are on a globe. That's just what we're taught. That's what is all around us. 24/7. That's what they tell us. But that's why I'm here. When you put the umbrella up, you put the umbrella up. Put the bags under it. It's not like that bit. But that's why I'm here. This is our Flat Earth School, 24/7, all around us since the beginning of existence. Thank you all for being here. 33 in the chat. Awesome. I want to remind everyone, if you want to catch the Friday special guest tomorrow, it'll be Saturday here, but Friday for most of you guys in the UK and US, I will have Bob Nodell. Hey, Bob in the chat. Bob Nodell will be joining me tomorrow as my special guest, along with Austin, Witsit Gets It, and Zach Zambala, Good Times for All. We're going to be discussing the electrostatic downward vector, or acceleration. I'm currently on a phone. Whoever asked. Good. And it's currently raining. I've got my umbrella up here to just protect the phone. I've got my P1000 over my shoulder. It's safely under the umbrella here. Yeah, Flat Earth family, best community on Earth. It is an awesome community. It is so good. Hey, anyone in New South Wales or Australia, actually, my wife, she is part of a group called Freedom Keepers. So anyone here who's in Australia, look up Freedom Keepers, become, you don't have to become a member, but become part of that group. It is an awesome outlet for whoever does not agree with what is going on here in the world today, especially here in Australia. It's an awesome support network. They have monthly Zoom meetings just to check on everyone, let everyone have an outlet, organise get-togethers. My wife is currently the ambassador for our region, the Shoalhaven. She is organising hampers for people in need, because there is so many people in need right here in Australia, all over the world really, but here in Australia there have been people out of work for months, literally months, and Freedom Keepers, go and look it up, Freedom Keepers, support that movement. They are awesome. My wife is an ambassador for it, as I said. She's organising hampers to help people. Is the rain going up? Hey Zach, good times for all, how are you? So she's organising hampers for people in need. Anyone in New South Wales, if you give us a hand, anyone who feels like they can donate anything to help people in need, be much appreciated. That's Freedom Keepers, Australia or New South Wales. All right, let's get on with the show here. Without further ado, 37 in the chat. Let's talk about things disappearing bottom up, because that's what we're here for. Things disappearing bottom up. And today, what's going on with the trucker strike in Australia? Well, all right, I'll touch on it. Apparently, there's going to be a trucker strike. Yeah, I'll get back to you, Gleam. Apparently, there's going to be a trucker strike here in Australia on Monday, Tuesday for you guys. Until it happens, I don't know. I'm skeptical. The truckers have said they're going to be striking a lot of times before, but it is getting desperate here. Truckers are the backbone of this country. If there's no truckers, there's no supplies of anything here in Australia. We don't really get things freighted on trains or in the air. It's all trucks. So if the trucks also decide to strike on Monday as a stand against the lockdowns, as a stand against the tyrannical government, I really hope that they do. And I really encourage people not to panic buy, not to panic about this, stand with the truckers. And I think bikies are going to get involved as well. But until it happens, I don't know. I'm skeptical, because there are harsh laws protecting industries from people doing this. But if we do it en masse, if at the basis of all this stuff we just do not comply, we stand up, we live our lives how we lived them 2 years ago, before all this bullshit, we would not be in this. Yeah, toilet paper. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, leave some toilet paper for us. We've got 5 kids and 2 adults in our family. We go through a lot of toilet paper, but not as much as the panic buyers must go through. Yep, got to rip the band-aid off somehow. We actually went to a protest. Dang it, don't worry. You're in the camera. He's come to show me that he's found a cool starfish. You want to show it in the camera?
I think it's poisonous, so I don't.
You think it's poisonous? All right. Yeah,
Like
I don't think it's a poisonous starfish, but he likes it. That's cool. Good work. Next time, maybe don't pick it up though, in case it's a blue ring octopus. Does anyone know what a blue ring octopus looks like? It'd be really cool if they found one. I'll go over to them. Hopefully they do not pick up octopus. Yeah. Do you want an umbrella? Here, have the umbrella. Yeah, you're getting soaked though. It is raining. Yeah, the family wanted to come out with me today, looking for things in the rock pools. Unfortunately, it's raining. Damn box jellyfish. Yeah, luckily there's no box jellyfish here on the south coast. They're more north, like really north. Australia's a massive country. They're thousands of kilometres north in the warmer waters with the crocodiles. All the good things live up north. Do you want the umbrella? What do you mean, no? You getting to the All right, without further ado, I've said this before. Let's get into. Can you get me an iPad for it? Just get my iPad out. I'm going to shout out my patrons. You guys are awesome. Box jellyfish and ball jellyfish. No, there's definitely not ball jellyfish. Yes. Reshaping Our World says he thinks he dated a blue ring octopus back in the 90s. Damn you, Jack Daniels. Oh yeah, saltwater crocodiles. They're not forgiving. But they do go for easy meat, so don't be easy meat. Don't go swimming in water holes if you come to Australia, where it says do not go swimming. It's usually backpackers that get attacked. They usually don't eat people. They're not that. They're not that evil. They just have a little nibble. And usually, I don't think we taste that good because they usually let go. You get box jellies here in the UK. No way. I don't believe you. I'm gonna have to look that up. All right, without. Oh, jeez, almost fell over here. Trying to escape the rain. All right, gonna shout out my patrons. You guys are awesome. You guys are allowing me to do this here day after day. It's been so fun so far. This is session number 8, but probably my 9th live stream, I think. All right, so Alec the One. These are my patrons, sorry. Okay, so I've got Alec the One. Alec One Show. Michael Kahn is in here in the chat. Always send me super chats. Thanks, Michael. Malcolm Foster, Angie S, Bob Nodell also in the chat. Dawn Judds, Paul on the plane, Chris, Tristan Trickers, Will Brax, Ronald Jurek, BMLSB69, John Schwartz, Brian Leakey, and yeah, I saw Chris in the chat before. Thanks for joining us, Chris. He's another fellow Aussie from up north. Oh, that's a big wave. I hope they don't get much bigger over here. Here's one umbrella. He's getting soaked. Kids, they don't mind. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Michael. Thank you for always being supporting. I just want to. I'll just pan across here. I wonder if we can see the other side of this island here. It's kind of shit. Oh yeah, that's a good view actually. Yeah, got to level the camera out, but anyway. If only we could make NASA disappear bottom up, yeah. Chris, I would not have a clue how to pronounce. Every time I see your YouTube name, I don't know how to pronounce it. Gobekli. Gobekli. That's Chris, everyone. All right. Okay. So things disappearing bottom up. So if you are a globe believer, that horizon out there that we're seeing, the only horizon that we only have one horizon in existence. The globers like to make up lots, but we only have one here in reality, one horizon ever. That horizon, if you are a globe believer or an anti-flat earther, has to be geometric, has to be physical. No, don't change it, Chris, keep it. That horizon has to be physical. There is no other way that your globe model can exist without a geometric horizon, without a physical horizon. So what's so funny about the notion of anything else causing the horizon, anything else causing things to disappear bottom up? Because that's what the anti-flat earthers are saying. That's what globe believers are told, that ships disappear bottom up due to the physical earth curve, the geometric horizon. That is literally the only reason that things that disappear bottom up on a globe. The only reason. Yeah? Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. They tell us that ships go over the horizon, that there's a curve, that things are going down over the horizon. Can you just close that? Wait. You can close it. So, isn't it funny when we get people like this anti-flat earther, Tim Osman? You can bring him under here. No, it's raining. My boys want to take a picture of a bird, but it's raining. I'm definitely not getting my P1000 out for a bird. Can you put the bags under here? You can take the thing. Okay. So, it's hilarious when anti-flat earthers like Tim Osman. For one, his name, it's an alias, Tim Osman with an S. He copied his name from IPS, if anyone's playing at home, a few years ago. Well, I think you can still look up IPS, Infinite Plane Society. His name, his alias was Tim Osman with a Z. O-Z-M-A-N. He's a flat earther. He did live streams. He's a very good drawer. He was drawing the penguins with those beaks. He made the blue wrench, I think. Everyone in the chat got a blue wrench. Tim Osman. So the troll, who named himself Tim Osman with an S, he comes along before the Black Swan. This is why this is hilarious. He comes along and gives us how many reasons? I was looking for this list last night. Tim the Troll was before IPS. Really? No way. So what? Did IPS actually take Tim Osman's name? Yeah, I thought it was a Bin Laden thing, because when you Google Tim Osman, it comes up with something about Bin Laden. Wow, I did not even know that. All right, cool. So Tim Osman, the flat earther, actually trolled Tim Osman. Tim was a 9/11 guy. Yeah, right, okay. Oh, I didn't know that. Fun facts. Learn something new every day. All right. Nevertheless, sorry, I'm getting confused now. Tim Osman with a Z. He's just a globe troll. And he came up with this list. I'm about to go through it. How many things? I think he's up to 83. 83 things that Tim Osman with the S. He's the globe troll. Tim Osman with an S. 83 things. A list of 83 things he came up with to explain why things disappear bottom up. Why we have a horizon. 83 different individual effects that, or causes to the effect that we see as the horizon. 83. And I'm going to go through them here today, because if you live on a globe, which Tim Osman thinks he does, the globe troll, you have to, in every single case that you're looking at the horizon, that has to be physical. There is no other explanation for boats disappearing over the horizon, for bottom-up disappearance of things. No other explanation for anything other than a physical Earth curve. So it's hilarious that a glober came up with 83 different explanations for things disappearing bottom up. Okay, so number one, now I've got it here. I'll send anyone the list who wants it. I've got the list here. It's a long list, 86. All right, so number one, perspective. Yes, very good. So I just want to, I might make a bit of a competition here in the chat. So if you give me one of a brand new explanation of why things disappear from the horizon, and it's not on Tim Osman's list, I'll make you a member of so you can join the live streams on Friday for free. All right, so say, I'm probably not going to see it in chat, so you have to go at Mitchell from Australia and then put the reason, and I'll see if it's on the list. If anyone gives me a new one to make it 87, 88, if anyone gives me a new one, I'll put you on the list, all right? That'll be the competition today. So, number one, perspective. Yeah, everything that we see here on Earth, everything that you are seeing is optical. So everything has to take into account perspective. It's just how things move, how things act, how things appear when they're moving away from us, they're moving towards us, we're moving away from them, we're moving towards them. Things disappear. Perspective of circle aperture. I'll put perspective of a circular aperture. I think that's on the list, Zach. I'll have to check. Perspective. Number one, perspective. That's what Tim Osman says. Yep, definitely. Things get smaller as they move away. Things get smaller with distance. Things get bigger when they move towards us or we move towards them. Yep, definitely. Number 2, angle of attack. Now that kind of overlaps with angular resolution, but somebody from the Flat Earth debate might want to go back into that a bit more in the chat. Is good?
Yeah.
It's still raining?
Yeah.
It stopped raining, yeah. Number 2, angle of attack. So the angle that you're seeing things. Kind of like angular resolution, a bit like diffraction limit, but angle of attack is just the angle at which you're viewing something. Number 2 for things that Tim Osman has said makes things disappear bottom up. Number 3, optical slant. What's up? Oh, tea, yeah. My son made me some tea today. He's going to get some tea out. Isn't that nice? I don't usually have tea. I don't usually drink anything when I'm on these live streams. I get pretty thirsty. So he thought, I'll make you some tea. How nice is that? When am I heading up the mountains? Yeah, I'm going to have to get up pretty early for that. I've got a really good mountain. Actually, one of those mountains is... Yes, please, can I have some tea? One of those mountains is there. Behind, in the middle, right there. This mountain here, Saddleback Mountain. I'm going to be going up there, right up the top there. I'm going to be doing a dip angle measurement. It's going to be awesome. Because there's definitely a dip angle to the horizon. We have to account for it. If our eyeballs are not in the water, we have to account for a dip angle measurement when using the sextant. That's just how we navigate. That's just something that we have to do because, yeah, we're above the flat level plane. So we just have to account for how far above the flat level plane we are when we're doing a measurement with the sextant. That's all you're doing. It's not like it's a dip angle to a curve. It's definitely not. It's just a dip angle to the horizon because we have a flat plane beneath our feet and there is definitely a dip angle out to the horizon. But I digress. Someone just asked me when I'm going up the mountains and I said that, and that's why I'll be doing up the mountain, doing a dip angle. Dip definitely doesn't mean curve. It just means it's just a dip. Did you pour it? Oh, whoa. Yeah, you don't shake tea.
Put that on. Forgot to put that on.
Thank you. You okay? It's not too hot?
No.
It's good?
It's very cold. It's a bit cold.
It's a bit cold, all right. My son gave me some tea and he shook it up a little bit to mix it. You okay?
I'm a little hot.
Oh, my son giving me tea. He's awesome. Very thoughtful. He's got himself some tea. All right, so... Am I far from the Blue Mountains? Yeah, I am pretty far. We took a day trip once. That's just what we do. If we have some spare time, I had a day off work, which I'm not working now at the moment, but we took a day off work in, when was it, January, February? There was these things called flannel flowers. They're pretty common here where we live, the white ones, but there was some pink ones. There was some pink flannel flowers, really rare, and it was after the fires here. We had massive fires, not last year, I think year before, here in Australia, massive fires, and these pink flannel flowers only come out once every 70 years. So we took a trip up the Blue Mountains. It was about 4 hours away, I guess, just a day trip up the Blue Mountains with our 5 kids. Our youngest was only a few months old. She was awesome. She was probably, our youngest is the best. She doesn't make a fuss. She's just she's like an old soul. She is beautiful. They're all beautiful, but she just, babies are awesome. we can't stop having babies. We've only got 5 of them. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, the Blue Mountain's about 4 hours away. We went and seen these pink flannel flowers. Only once in 70 years they come out after a massive fire and then a massive kind of flood. That's just the 2 criteria you have to meet to get these pink flannel flowers. So we took a day trip up there because we homeschool. We homeschool our kids. Have been for 2 years. Before it was cool to homeschool, before we were forced to homeschool, before all this COVID stuff. They love it. We love it. If anyone wants some advice on homeschool in Australia, I've got courses. I've got kindergarten, year 1, year 2, year 5, year 6. I think it's only year 3 and 4 that we don't have. I can hook people up. If people want to leave the system of schooling email me at mitchellfromaustralia@gmail.com. Talk to me about homeschooling. I definitely can convince you to do it. What we do is we buy the package, the bookwork, and that's only 3 days a week, maximum of 2 hours a day. And then we've got the total rest of the day, the total rest of the week to do whatever we want. It's awesome. It is the best. It cuts out all the crap of school. We just focus on the specific things that the mainstream criteria want us to learn. And I want my kids to learn these things too, because it's through learning the mainstream narrative that you can pull it apart. It's through knowledge is empowerment. So the more knowledge you have, the more power you have, and that's what I want to give my kids. So that's all right. Oh, no, it's all right. I'm used to it. Did you burn your lips? You okay? Oh no. Burnt tongue from tea. Yeah, back to homeschooling. So we only do 3 days a week, 2 hours a day, and it's only 8 weeks a term. So we have so much time to do whatever we want, to go on adventures, to go in the bush, to do hands-on learning, to go out to farms, go up mountains, go to beaches. There is so much time that we have because it's like flat at school. It's around us 24/7. Homeschooling is around you 24/7. You never stop learning. Homeschooling is a constant thing. That's why it's so good. You learn so much more at home. And it's not just at home. People think that you have to sit at home to do homeschooling. No. We're hardly ever at home. It gives me time to do research, give me time to do these live streams. It gives the kids time to explore their passions. 3 of our kids play soccer. They love it. It gives them time to just practice, kick the soccer ball around, destroy the backyard, dig things up, build things, bake. They're cooking now. Our kids are cooking. They very competent in the kitchen. It's these things that homeschool allows them to do. It just gives them proper life skills. Because at school, you're not learning any of this stuff. But I digress anyway. All right. Number 4. What is it? Penguins? My son thinks he saw some penguins. That'd be pretty cool if it was. I'll zoom in if there was. There are some fairy penguins around here, and seals. Seals eat the fairy penguins, just circle of life. Thank you, Nang. Okay. Just keep an eye on it. Oh, there's a brave soul about to go surfing behind me. Jeez, us Aussies and surfing, man. Anyway, all right, back to number 4 of the list from Tim Osman with an S, the Globe Troll. He's given us a list of 86 things why things disappear bottom up. Wait. It's not a penguin, it's a bit of fishing. Just here. Yeah. It's not moving itself, is it? Look, we got a bee. There's a little kind of a buoy, like a very little one off a boat in the water. My son was telling me it's a penguin. Unfortunately not. Yeah, it is a ball. It's a ball in the water. Okay, so back to this list from Tim Osman. 86 things of why things disappear bottom up. All right, number 4 is Aries diffraction. So that goes into the Rayleigh criterion. When 2 objects get so close together that you can't distinguish them. Aries diffraction, that's in the Rayleigh criterion. Has to do with angular resolution and the diffraction limit. Thanks, Tim Osman. Number 4 on the list, Aries diffraction, yep. So it's when 2 things are kind of close to each other. It doesn't have to be close to each other. When 2 things have a distance apart and you move away from them or they move away from you, as they move away, they are going to start to appear to merge. They're definitely not merging. It's like my coin on the table observation. I'll put it up actually. There we go. Can you hold that one? Alright, who's seen this? I'm pretty sure you all would have seen this. The coin on the flat table, get away from us. And zoom back in, we can see it again. So the reason why that happens can be explained by Aries diffraction. So that coin there is on the table. Okay, so there's 2 objects. You've got the table, you've got the coin. As it moves away from us, Aries diffraction kicks in, the diffraction limit. The bottom of that coin is not resolvable anymore. It's a flat table. no curvature. The lens is definitely above the table, but it's Aries diffraction. Two objects appear to merge into each other as they move away from you. And we zoom back in, increase the angular resolution, increase the focal length, increase the aperture, and we can resolve it again. That's just how we see things. You can do it with the sun too. I did it on my very first live stream. That's why I have the P1000 here today, because I wanted to try and get another sunrise and see this Aries diffraction with the sun, because you can do it. You absolutely can do it. I did it in my first live stream. Go back to Flat Earth School session 1. I had my P1000 out. It was a beautiful sunrise coming out up over the horizon. The sun was just above the horizon. I zoom in and the sun is over the horizon. It's above the horizon when you zoom in. You zoom back out and it looks like the sun's been blocked off. That's just Aries diffraction. Laws of halving. The light law of halving. All right, so number 5, zone of invisibility. That thing was here. It's a little crabs. All right, so number 4. Whoop! Don't want to turn the iPad off. No. All right, number 5 was zone of invisibility. Hey! Get away from the cliffs too. Getting a bit too close to the rocks. Bit too adventurous. It's not a penguin. Hey, no. Django, there's waves. Hey, if you want me again, okay? Just trying to convince my son not to go down into the waves to see if it's a penguin. Definitely not a penguin. All right, so number 5, zone of invisibility. Mummy might be watching this live stream. She doesn't want to see you in the water getting rescued. So, hey, Mummy. No, too embarrassed? Yeah, Mummy's always watching. Don't worry, they're safe. All right, so number 5, zone of invisibility. Yeah, so I think he's probably referring to something to do with the Aries diffraction, the diffraction limit, angular resolution. It's just different things. Come on, see? Just different words, I guess it is. They all kind of have the same roundabout meaning. It's just things that people could describe it as. Zone of invisibility. That magical zone where things get so far away that they start disappearing. Bottom up. That's just what these live streams are about. Things disappearing bottom up. And there are 86 things that Tim Osmond has detailed here. I better get stuck getting through them. Okay, number 6, circle of confusion. All right. Circle of confusion, number 6. Number 7, ether band. Some people think there's an ether and it's something that we can see. It might refer to the dirty air, the air that we're looking through, ether band maybe. Number 9, compression or apparent vertical contraction. This is also referred to as stooping. This is an actual effect of refraction that Andrew Thomas Young, globe believer, PhD in something or other, Andrew Thomas Young, he describes one of the effects of refraction, stooping, as a vertical compression. Vertical compression? Yeah, vertical compression. Contraction. And so, if anyone's familiar with Red Pill Philosophy, he did some great work on contraction. Zach, Good Times for All as well, go over to his channel. He's done so many videos. He's here in the chat. He's done so many videos on just the way we see things, on perspective, on everything to do with optics. Dr. John D, go over to his channel, subscribe to his channel. He is a PhD in spectroscopy. He's been in this live chat. He's definitely a flat earther. He does so many great observations. Zach, yeah, Good Times for All, much love. Zach, to you too, mate. Go over to Good Times for All. He's there in the chat. GUDTIMS 4, the number 4, ALL. Good Times for All. Go to his channel, subscribe, check out his videos. Awesome stuff. Zach, going to be on my live stream tomorrow, talking to me with Bob and Austin Witzer gets it about the electrostatic downward acceleration / vector. Going to be an awesome live stream. Sign up to Patron if you want to see that. Only way you're going to see it live tomorrow. I will eventually put it out. It's going to be a great discussion. I can't keep it from people. But if you want to see it live, if you want to interact with us, if you want to ask questions, sign up to my Patreon. Patreon.com/Mitchell from Australia. $5 a month will get you access. That's all. All right, so we were talking about stooping. So there's actually 5 effects of refraction that we can see through the air, just looking out towards the horizon, and all 5 of them, they all described by PhD Andrew Thomas Young. He is a globe believer, but he describes them all as objects moving relative to the horizon. It's never the horizon moving relative to the horizon. Never, ever, ever. It never will be. The horizon doesn't move due to refraction. So stooping, that's one of the things. So vertical contraction of why things disappear bottom up. Red pill philosophy does some great things. Those buildings across some water there in Florida where he is. He's actually built his own container house. He's got another YouTube channel. Go and subscribe to Thinking Outside the Container, I think it is. Outside the Container, something like that. He's built his own container house down in Florida. Or up in Florida for me. Awesome stuff. Got some land, just built a container house, built his own house. Something we're seriously considering doing, just getting land, going out in the middle of nowhere. Have to be close to the ocean, obviously, and probably have to have reception to do these live streams, but I digress. Let's go back to number 10, sinking. So sinking, which is, well, he puts in brackets reverse refraction, number 10, sinking. So that's another effect of refraction that we can observe that has been detailed by Andrew Thomas Young, PhD Andrew Thomas Young. Sinking, it is when things objects appear to move down towards the horizon. It's compared to the horizon. Okay, so looming will be objects moving up over the horizon, appearing to move up over the horizon. Sinking is the opposite. It goes down relative to the horizon. So that's an effect that we can see, that it makes it look like things go down over the horizon from our perspective. It's purely all optical. All these things are optical. I want to point that out. Not one of these things yet in the first 10 said Earth curve. Because that's the one and only thing that the ballers have to have, that the globe believers have to have. Physical Earth curve. That's what their horizon has to be. So number 10 was sinking. Number 11. Convergence. Yep, everything converging. Everything has a convergence point, a diffraction limit, diffraction point. Just kind of different words for different ways of describing the same effects that we see. Convergence, yep. Okay, number 12, melting / merging / blending. So it's kind of 3 in there. Melting, blending, merging. Yeah, things, it's like the Airy's diffraction, the diffraction limit. Things appear to merge into each other. You can't distinguish one object from another. So an object on the horizon compared to the horizon, it blends. It's got that kind of dirty air. You can't quite see clearly through it. Those refraction. If you see wiggly lines, that's probably like blending. All right, number 13. This is a bit of a silly one. They just do. Things disappear bottom up because they just do. That is just, it's not silly actually. It's a fundamental principle of how our world works. Things do disappear bottom up from our perspective point. Nothing to do with Earth curve. You'll never see things disappearing bottom up because of Earth curve. It just doesn't happen. I wonder where the sun is. We've definitely got a sunrise. Oh wow, I wonder if there's crepuscular rays. You guys probably can't see it, but where is it? About here, there's a crepuscular ray going up that way. You can kind of see it. The point of the sun is around here somewhere. It's actually Fraunhofer diffraction, says Zach. Made up the term Airy's diffraction a few years ago. Funny trolls using terms FE, mate. What do you mean? I've googled Airy's diffraction before. You have to I don't know if Zach's trolling me here. He says he made up the term Aries diffraction. I thought I've Googled it. Try it again. Yeah, okay, I'll try it again. Cool. So many fun facts that Zach's teaching us here today. Aries diffraction was a flat earth term, apparently. No way. I thought when I was looking up my things disappearing bottom up video, that was like two and a bit years ago, that I Googled something to do with Aries diffraction. So Zach in the chat says, I'll just have to scroll back up, Fraunhofer. It's actually Fraunhofer diffraction. Wow. Okay, thanks Zach. Awesome fun facts. Yeah, I probably saw your video. Yeah, good times for all of Zach. He definitely put videos out about this subject long before I did. Go and subscribe to his channel. He's awesome. All right, so number 13 was things disappear bottom up because they just do. Yep, they just do. That's just what we see. Things disappear bottom up, and it's all optical. These are all optical things. Number 14, tidal bores. So this could be an actual physical thing, couldn't it? Tidal bores. So that's when there's kind of a bulge in the tide, I think, maybe. Tidal bores. So here when I'm looking out the horizon, I can see it's bumpy at the moment because there's massive swells. It's pretty windy out there. There's big waves right out there. I can see it's definitely not a nice flat line at the moment. The waves are definitely, I think that's one of them too, waves later on, but tidal bores, so the tide coming in and out. And Ranty is now on the anti-flat earth side, anti-Ranty. One of his things was shoring, I think it was, when the tide is either coming in, I think it is, or going out, it kind of makes a bulge not far off the land. That could be what he's referring to here. So tidal bores. Number 15, foreshortening. So that's another optical effect. I think tidal bores was the first actual physical thing that will block things from the bottom up that I've detailed here. So number 15, foreshortening. Yeah, that's an optical effect when you're zooming in and out on something. Waves, that's another physical thing. So waves, definitely waves, make things disappear bottom up. If you got a boat out near the horizon, even if you got a boat just out there, if there's a boat behind that wave, it's going to be blocked bottom up, isn't it? It's just because the waves are beneath it, the boat's on top of it, things disappear bottom up from waves. And that's a real physical thing, but the only physical thing that the globers can assert is that horizon. The only horizon that we see is physical. That's the only physical thing they can assert. They don't assert any of these things. Well, Tim Osman has, which is hilarious because he now says nobody says the horizon is a physical Earth curve. Nobody says that. Really, Tim? Nobody says boats disappear over the horizon? All right. So going through this list of 86 things why things disappear bottom up. I better get through these, far out. Water swells. Yep, definitely water swells. That's a physical thing. Atmospheric lensing. Number 18. Number 19, bendy light. Yeah, that's just refraction, but that's an iffy one. I'll have to do a whole show on refraction. Kids are having good fun down there, dodging the waves. Number 20. One of my favorites, how I explain it, is angular resolution. Just the angle to where, from your eyeball out to where you're seeing something, and back from seeing something down to the ground. Just that angle that you're creating, the angle of the thing that you're viewing, the angular size of it. Because everything is apparent. Everything that we're looking at is apparent. It's all measured in angles. Physical things that we can go and touch and see and feel and smell, yeah, we can assert that they actually have sizes. The celestial bodies, all we ever see is an angular size, an angular distance. That's all we ever see, an angular movement. That's all we ever see. We can't actually go and physically touch those celestial things.
Yeah.
So number 20 was angular resolution. Number 21, collimation. Collimation? Not exactly sure what collimation is. Something to do with, I think, merging. Zach, do you know what collimation is? Number 22, diffraction limit. Yep, one of my favorites, diffraction limit. It's just the limit to where anything optical can see. Everything has a diffraction limit. This phone, Zach was unsure what collimation is too. I probably should have Googled some of these, but there's 86 of them. Where was I? Number 22, diffraction limit. So the limit to every single optical thing's view. So this phone here has a different different diffraction limit to something like a P1000, which has a massive diffraction limit when you zoom in. It increases its diffraction limit by increasing the focal length, increasing the aperture. Much bigger diffraction limit. See things much further away. Zoom in on the bottom of things. That's just how optics work. So that was number 22, sorry. Number 23, non-uniform density transition zone, or NUDTS, non-uniformity density transition zone. So I'm assuming that he's referring to, so non-uniformity, that means things are changing, it's not uniform. Density, so when we look at things, yeah, we're definitely seeing probably a density gradient as we look across more and more air, I guess. I think that's what he's referring to. Transition zone, so there's going to be everything. It's a transition zone, so it's from the observer point to the object, isn't it? That's that transition zone. Anything in between that, it's transitioning, isn't it? So non-uniformity density transition zone. Number 24, curvilinear perspective. Is that an oxymoron, curvilinear? Is that something that is a real thing, curvilinear perspective? Number 25, curved eyeballs. Yeah, maybe. Might have something to do with it. I might have to do another show on this. This is a massive, I didn't think I was going to take this long to get through these, because I've only got, what, 10 minutes left? 10 minutes left of the live show. Travis says boats do not disappear bottom up. Oh yeah? Are you trying to pull our leg, Travis? Boats definitely do appear to disappear bottom up. Oh, Bob from Globus says curve linear just refers to a linear rate of curvature. A linear rate of curvature. Isn't curvature meant to be exponential? If it was a linear rate, wouldn't it be a slope? Don't know. Curvilinear. So what was it? Curvilinear perspective. Seems like an oxymoron to me. Travis says he'll take a kick to both shins with pointy boots. He says that boats do not disappear bottom up. Well, physically, sometimes they do. I just went through, what are we up to now? 25. I just went through 25 things. Out of those 25 things, there's probably 3 or 4 actual physical things. One of them being waves. Waves definitely make boats disappear bottom up, Travis, you reckon? Not having a go at you, I'm just saying there's so many things that make things disappear bottom up or appear. There's some physical blockages like waves, like tide. Alright. The Plain Truth, go over to Plain Truth, he says it's on his Camel channel. Cool, alright, we'll go over there. Bob says, not exactly a large circumference will have a large curve linear rate of change. It'd be good if the Earth was actually round so we could actually see that happening here on Earth. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? If we had an actual spherical surface where we could actually see this curvilinear rate of change happening. Alright, so what have we got? I might even only do like half of these today. I might do the other half and... yeah, I won't repeat that comment. Alright, number 26, 3D model plane clipping. So, things disappear. Oh, that's awesome, actually. I've got a boat here. I've got a boat. Look, Travis. I've got a boat and it's disappearing when it goes down under the waves. Ready? Can we see the boat yet? I can't really, hang on. Where'd it go? There it is, there's the boat. See, it disappears bottom up, Travis, when it goes under the waves. I'll leave it there right there. Hope you guys can see this. See the boat disappearing bottom up when the wave it goes down and up? That's a physical blockage. Definitely disappearing bottom up. From our perspective point. I suppose if you want to take a literal view on things disappearing bottom up, things only disappear bottom up on the water when they're sinking, physically. Okay, don't, it's okay, Travis. I'll go over to your channel, alright? I won't have a go at you anymore. I'll go over to your channel, I'll see what you're talking about. Don't know exactly what you're talking about at the moment. Alright, 3D model plane clipping, that's number 26. So I think he's referring to if you've got a 3D model and you're clipping, if you're doing things, manipulating things on the 3D model, you can make things disappear bottom up. Probably a bit of a silly one because that's not what we see here in reality. Number 27, rotational foreshortening. Rotational foreshortening. Does anyone know what that might refer to? Rotational foreshortening. Is that, Zach told me yesterday when I was doing my live stream, I had the P900s. They weren't exactly level. The lens didn't have the horizon exactly level in the middle of the screen, of the aperture, of the lens. So sometimes he was saying that if you move the camera up and down, like if you tilt it up and down, you can actually induce a bit more of that optical effects that they make things disappear bottom up. Thanks for that, Zach. Good times for all. Is that what he could be referring to? Rotational foreshortening? Not sure. Number 28. Okay, Bob from Globebusters says he said it backwards before about curvilinear. He said that backwards. A large circumference will have a smaller curvilinear rate of change. Oh, cool. That's something I probably should look into. Okay, number 27 was rotational foreshortening. Number 28, perspective compression of the device, lens / zoom. Perspective compression of the device / lens / zoom. Perspective compression, yep, okay. All to do with optics again. Number 29, diminishing properties. Yeah, so Bob from Globebusters was talking about this, detailing how we shouldn't be able to see, number one, a light from the ISS if we assume that it is orbiting up there, it is the sun's light reflecting off it back to us. Diminishing properties, so diminishing as in getting smaller, properties just something that yeah, kids down there are just begging to get wet. I hope my beautiful wife is watching this and going to Django, you are so gone. I'll go and tell him. Apologies for the shout out, but I got to tell him to get away from the waves. Oi, Nate! Oi! Move away! Mummy's watching! Mummy can see you! That made him move. Everyone's scared of their mothers. Especially these two. Mummy's watching! Off you go! Out of the water! If I say get out of the water, they're not going to move. As soon as you say Mummy's watching, puts the fear of God in them. I hope my beautiful wife is watching. She's my biggest supporter. She makes all this happen. She allows me to go out. I'm allowed to do what I want, as long as I'm allowed to do whatever my wife allows me to do. No, she doesn't control me. She's awesome. She's my supporter. I'm only doing this because she supports me in what I'm doing. I could be at home right now, in bed, nice and warm with her and the babies. But I'm out here with you guys at the moment, going through the 86 reasons that Tim Osman has given us for things disappearing bottom up. He is a globe believer. The only thing that that he can assert is making things disappear bottom up is earth curve, physical earth blockage. And that's not one of the things in this list. Oh man, we've been going. I've got 3 minutes left of the live stream. This list isn't going to be finished today. I'm going to have to go over this again. This is. I thought it was only going to take one show. Thank you everyone for being here. It's been awesome. I'll stick around a little bit longer. We'll get through another one. Oh, so yeah, number 29, diminishing properties. Bob was going through this about the further away a light is, or something, just anything. The further away something is, the less you can see of it, because it's all to do with light. Anything optical has to do with light. And diminishing properties, so if there is a point of light, the further away it gets from you, it's the law of halving. Double the distance, you inversely decrease the, what do you call it? The light intensity, I think it is. Something like that, along those lines. Nyala and Mitchell, that's our other YouTube channel. She says, that's my beautiful wife. How many kids did you take? Bear misses everyone. I'm sorry, Bear. We'll take everyone next time. Mummy is watching, I told ya.
What does she say?
Our 2-year-old misses his big brothers. Probably watching them down at the rock pools. Almost getting wet. He's one of them. Our 2-year-old definitely acts like a 20-year-old. He's the boss of the family. If he wants something, he gets it. Hello to my beautiful wife, Nyala, back home. Please subscribe to that channel there. Nyala and Mitchell, click on that channel, go and subscribe to it. It has all our family adventures. If you're a troll, I'm just going to delete you. I'm not going to take... She's not going to take crappy comments. It's her YouTube channel. It goes through all our adventures. We see some awesome animals. We see some awesome places. After this, we're probably going to go out and go to another beautiful location around our local area here. Nyala and Mitchell is her YouTube channel. Please go and subscribe. All right, back to the... I still didn't explain diminishing property. So as the light gets further away, double the distance, you inversely decrease the light of that light, the way you can see the light. And Bob described that brilliantly on Glowbust yesterday. We shouldn't be able to see the light from reflecting off the ISFs. If it is an ISS at that distance on a globe, we know it's definitely not. Bob debunked that thoroughly. So if we've got a light out there, double the distance from the observer, you inversely decrease the... I keep forgetting the term for it. The intensity of light. That's diminishing properties. Number 29. Number 30, personal atmospheric dome / horizon. Yeah, that's kind of what I got into with the number 1 flat earth proof. Our personal atmospheric dome, our personal viewing dome. I prefer viewing dome. Atmospheric's a bit don't want to go into atmospheric stuff. Personal viewing dome. I suppose you can say personal air domes, because everything around us, it appears in a dome shape. It's just the angles to where we're viewing things. It's our own personal perspective on everything. Everybody looking at the sun, it'd be great to have a sun. Yeah, looming's one. Yeah, my coin disappearing on the over the table is definitely excellent. Thank you, 10 to 8. Yeah, I probably should repost it. I just showed it in the live stream before. I'll show it once more. Coin disappearing over the table, all to do with the diffraction limit. Zoom in and it is resolvable again. No tricks, just optics. That's just how things work in our Earth. Zoom in on the things and you will be able to see it again. You can do it with the sun. I've done it with the sun on my live stream, my very first live stream. All right, okay. I think we got to end the live stream here. It's 7 o'clock. What did we get up to? 30. We got up to 30 of them out of 86. So number 30 was personal atmospheric dome / horizon. Yep. Everything comes down to the observer, comes down to the focal point of whoever's looking at it. Glow Buster says, holy crap, RAE, which is a crypto coin, is at $1.99. Awesome. I think that's the currency that Rockfin uses to pay its creators. All right, everybody, thank you for joining me here on this Flat Earth School. I'm not a teacher, I'm just a student like the rest of you. This Flat Earth School is around us 24/7 since the beginning of existence. I just want to say thank you to my patrons again. Thank you to all the live viewers. Wait, not behind me. I'm going to put the camera on. Thank you to all the live viewers. I'm going to end this live stream now. If you feel like I'm not going to say the globe. If you feel like the Earth turns on you, turn to Flat Earth School. It's around us 24/7 since the beginning of existence. Hello to my beautiful wife, Nyala. I love you. Coming home now. Got the kids home safe. Until tomorrow. Well, tomorrow, if you want to join us live, if you want to join me, Bob Nodell from Globebusters, Zach Zambala from Good Times for All, and Austin Whitsitt Gets It. If you want to join us tomorrow for the discussion on electrostatic downward vector or acceleration, you need to join my Patreon. If you want to join us live, join my Patreon. It's $5 a month. You'll get access to it. We've got 14 patrons at the moment who's going to join us live tomorrow. We're going to have that discussion. We're going to be talking relative density disequilibrium and electrostatic downward vector. So there won't be a live stream on my public channel tomorrow. It'll just be for members only. If you want to see that, sign up for Patreon. I might have some live streams on the weekend, we'll see. But until next week, this has been the Flat Earth School, around us 24/7 since the beginning of existence. Thanks everyone, love you all, bye.